Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Dr. Maimuna. Today we are going to start lymphatic system. All the cells in the body, they are present in interstitial fluid, and the interstitial fluid is also known as tissue fluid. This interstitial fluid is basically formed through leakage of fluid from the arterial end of the capillaries. So this tissue fluid, which leaks constantly out of the arterial end of the capillaries, is present around the cells. That's why it is called tissue fluid, or it is also known as interstitial fluid because it is present in the interstitial spaces. Interstitial spaces are the spaces that are present outside the cells. Some tissue fluid returns to the capillaries at the venous end of the capillaries. So the remainder of the fluid then diffuses through the extremely permeable lymphatic capillaries. And when that fluid enters into the lymphatic capillaries, it is known as lymph. Now, what is lymph? Lymph is basically a clear watery fluid. It has the same composition as that of plasma, but there is exception, and the exception is plasma proteins. As plasma proteins have larger molecular weight, they cannot cross the capillary wall or the capillary endothelial spaces. However, if the spaces are large, then some of the plasma proteins can be filtered out at the arterial end, but it's very rare. Lymph flows in the lymphatic vessels and then it moves towards the lymph nodes before it has been returned to the blood. The lymphatic system consists of lymph vessels, lymph nodes, and lymph organs. Lymph organs are the spleen, thymus, tonsils, and bone marrow. Now, very important university question is, what are the functions of lymphatic system? So here I have enumerated the functions. The first function is it returns the plasma proteins that seep out of the capillary back into the blood. So जैसे कि अभी हमने पहले बात की कि plasma proteins, they cannot be filtered at the capillary end. But if it do occurs that some of the plasma proteins has entered into the interstitial fluid, so the function of lymphatic system is to return all the plasma proteins that has been seeped out of the capillaries back into the blood. Second function is it carries away larger particles, and these larger particles are the bacteria or the cell debris, to be filtered and then destroyed by the lymph nodes. As we know that lymph nodes has T and B lymphocytes which provide immunity to the body. So whenever there are bacteria or the cell debris in the lymph, these bacteria are destroyed by the T and B lymphocytes which are present in the lymph nodes. Third function is lymph contains lymphocytes which circulates in the lymphatic system and provide immunity to the body. These are the T and B lymphocytes. Fourth function is the lymphatics of the small intestine are known as lacteals. So lacteals are basically the lymphatics which are present in the small intestine. The function of these lacteals are to absorb the fats from the intestine. So Very important function of lymphatic system in small intestine is to reabsorb the fats, and this gives the lymph a milky appearance, and the lymph in intestine is known as chyle. Lymph capillaries. Lymph capillaries are basically blind-ended tubes in the interstitial spaces. Their structure is same as that of blood capillaries. It means they only have a single layer of endothelial cells, just like capillaries. And they are much more permeable to all the interstitial fluid and the constituents, including the plasma proteins as well as bacteria and cell debris. Lymph capillaries join to form the larger lymph vessels. Here in this diagram you can see that blood is flowing from the left to right side. On the left side we have arterial end of the capillary, and arrows, you can see the arrows. It means the fluid is being filtered out here at the arterial end of the capillary and resulting in the formation of tissue fluid. Now some of the tissue fluid is returned back. On the left side there is the venous end of the capillary and there is reabsorption of some of the fluid. Remaining fluid is then taken up by the lymphatic capillary. You can see the green colored blind-ended tube. So this blind-ended green colored tube is the lymphatic capillary. Here in this diagram you can see the green colored lymphatic capillaries. Again you can see the lymphatic capillary which has blind end, and fluid is being moving inside the capillary, lymphatic capillary, from the interstitial space. Larger lymph vessels. All the larger lymph vessels, they run along arteries and veins of that area. The walls of the larger lymph vessels are similar to the small veins, and they have the same layers of the tissues, that is the fibrous covering, a middle layer of smooth muscle and elastic tissue, and finally the inner lining of endothelium. So the structure of larger lymph vessels is similar to that of small veins. Lymph vessels also contain valves, and the function of valves is to ensure one way of flow of lymph. The walls of the larger lymph vessels, they contract rhythmically. So they have the intrinsic power to contract rhythmically, and this contraction results in the forward movement of the lymph. In this diagram you can see the valves. So here we have lymphatic valves, and these valves ensure one-way transport of lymph, and it prevents the backward flow of the lymph. So the lymph vessels, they are also compressed by the surrounding muscles as well as by the pulsation of large arteries, which also helps in the movement of lymph. And this milking action of the lymph vessel helps to push the lymph along the vessel wall towards the larger lymph vessel. So all the lymph vessels, they join together to form the two large ducts. Number one is the thoracic duct that is present on the left side of the thorax and the right lymphatic duct, and both of these ducts, they empty into the subclavian veins, and then lymph is returned towards to the circulation. Thank you very much.